Hello there. Welcome to the Drifting Spore. I'm Steve. It's a fall day in Nova Scotia, right about the middle of October. I'm heading through the woods, and I'm on my way to the what I've named the Crow Caw Turnaround. It's where I'm headed, and I'm really excited to be heading up there, hopefully for the night. I've packed the car full of gear, pretty much bringing everything I think I'm going to need, and more than enough than I'd need to just survive a night in here. So I'm hoping to set up camp. It's a little bit rainy right now. It's not supposed to persist, but if it does, I've brought a tarp. We're going to try to car camp and set up. I've only experimented with car camping in the past. Got everything loaded in the back there of my CRV, and we're going to head to the Crow Caw Turnaround and see if we can spend the night. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoy. Okay, here we are. I've chosen my spot. I've got the car poked in. I had to do a little bit of limbing to get in here, but that's okay. So this has turned into something real special, I would say. This has turned into a 90's drift, let's call it. And I'm calling it a 90's drift now because when I got up here and got poking around, I realized that I have zero cell service. So just like the 90's, I've been here for 45 full rotations now. So I was around the 90's. I was out doing stuff in the 90's. And I remember when you left home on Friday night and when you got home Sunday was the next time anybody heard from you. So I'm absolutely okay with that. But I hear a vehicle going on the main trail. I let them pass by before I continue. But what I wanted to do, it's still drizzling a little bit. Once I realized I had no cell service in here, I decided to back out of it, get in the car, head back down the trail, and call home, make sure they knew where I was, that I had no cell service, that they won't be hearing from me till tomorrow. It's raining pretty good there now. And yeah, that I really wanted to stay. So here I am. I'm poked in. I'm going to do everything I can to get a tarp set up here beside the car and get myself some shelter going so I can start unloading some stuff. It's the Crow Caw Turnaround. It's the solo overnighter. It's a 90's drift, man. It's awesome. It's not supposed to continue raining, but if it does, it does. I brought a coat. I brought a poncho. I'll be fine. Awesome. I'm going to start setting things up. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I've got a ridge line going right across the trail. Now, I'm not worried about being right across this trail because there are many trees down across the trail going up to the next clearing, and the next clearing doesn't go anywhere. The trail ends there. So I'm not worried about being here blocking this trail. I've got some tent pegs and some ridge lines and stuff, and some cordage there. I've got my big old W Upbird tarp that I'm going to use. Now, I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm very well practiced at flying tarps or pitching tarps. This is a big one. I forget what it is. 10 by 10 maybe? So I'm just winging it. I'm going to see what happens. I'm looking for dry shelter is what I'm after. I was kind of thinking of maybe doing like a plow point. I've only watched videos about how to do any of this. I've used it previously with my hammock, and it worked pretty well in that situation. Just want to see, oh yeah, I got quite a bit there. I was thinking I would go right to the ground from there, but I might not. Kind of want to see what a plow point would look like. So, this is all part of the fun of being out here. Figuring stuff out. So, to go plow point, I need this corner to be up here. So, I've got some toggles and some cordage that I can use to make prusik loops. Those are tie downs. I thought I had cordage to make loops. Those have got tensioners on them, so that's not them. Let me keep looking. Oh yeah, there they are. I see them. It's so nice right here, man. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these toggles. I shouldn't need that many. I'll put them in my pocket for now. Now let's get our first. This is the cordage I had to make prusik loops out of, I think. No, maybe it's this blue stuff. I already had some made, I thought. And again, no. Huh. Oh well, that's okay. We'll use this stuff anyway. So, prusik loop is not a big deal, I've learned. I don't want it to be this long, so it's going to be a bit of a dirty prusik loop, I would say. So you're just going to make a loop just like that, and then I'm going to put it on my ridge line like this, and I'm just going to roll it through 1, 2, 3 times, rolled through, and that will form my prusik loop, I believe. There we go. So now, this is a corner, I believe, of my tarp. I can poke that through and then tighten up my prusik loop, and I'll just leave it there for a minute. I'm going to do the same thing on that end over there. So I grab one of these. Hopefully it doesn't all fly apart before I get this done. Make a loop. Hang my loop. Could have done it this way too, I suppose. 1, 2. Maybe this is what I was supposed to do. 3. I might redo that other one. This one looks better. So now, make sure that's the right side of the tarp. I'll poke that through. Put a toggle on them. Oh, should be able to poke that through, put this toggle on. And then tighten up my tarp. Oh, this tarp is huge, isn't it? No, my loops aren't working. Why aren't my prusik loops working? That seems to be working better. Not now, wind, please. I think I just didn't have them tight enough there. Okay. Let's slap that guy in there. Now, that's as far as I can go that way, and that prusik loop seems tight. So now let's see what I can do with this side. Get that guy nice and tight. Oh, there we go. That's holding. That's beautiful. But now that I get them strung like this, I was kind of hoping this whole end would go to the ground. And it will. I'm going to peg that down just to see what that looks like. So I don't know I'm going to be very sheltered if I run this like this. I need enough over me to, sorry if that's loud there, the mic falling in front of my face. I want it to be enough that I'm sheltered if it rains or anything, and for when I'm cooking and stuff. So let's see how this works. Okay, there's that part. Now, My loop is slipping there. So, now what would I do? I could get a stick, pin it like right there, but then water's going to build on my tarp, or I could fly it like that, kind of have my fire out here. I don't know if you guys are even catching this. I'll do some brainstorming and bring you back. Okay, so I got the back end of the tarp pinned down. I'm just kind of figuring stuff out as I go. Kind of proves something for me. That ridgeline's not ultra tight, is it? It's sagging. That's okay. I got my cordage all bunched up here. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Kind of have an idea I'm going to try here. We'll see if it works or not. Might as well put this somewhat close to the car, I guess, so I'm not tripping on it. Pretty gray today. We've had a real nice run of weather, though, that's for sure. So, if I can get this one down here. I don't know if that peg gonna stay there or not. I hope. Now, let's peg out the other corner. And then I'll try something for the middle. The wind, we're not supposed to have heavy wind tonight or anything, but gusts of up to maybe 30 kilometers an hour. So I kind of want to keep a low profile so my tarp doesn't end up blown away. I'd be doing a lot better if I kept my cordage organized, I would say, because I got this just in a tangled mess right now. I might as well untangle them now. I need 2 of them. Or I might need more. I might not need 2 of them. Let's wait and see. My next one might be longer. I might need paracord for it. So far, the rain's holding off. I get this set up so I can show you inside the car and get my kitchen set up and get everything ready for supper, man. I'm just going to poke this guy through here. Slip a toggle through him. Pull them tight. There we go. And kind of eye up where I want this one. Somewhere out here would be fine. Oh, that wasn't it. Man, if I'm not standing right, I cannot tie a half hitch. There we go. I got it this time. I just throw a half hitch in those. Put this one to the ground. Oh, one of those times where I set down my axe and now I don't see it. Where did I set you? There he is. Uh-huh. And he's pretty visible. Okay. Now, let's see what this looks like. It's pretty low. If I loosen those up, I should be able to fly this higher. That's my plan. Okay, I'm going to work on that. There we go. Got my tarp pitch, my W Upbird tarp. I've pitched it in an unorthodox style, I would call it. Probably a noob style, we could call this. But anyway, I've left one corner down because my prevailing wind's supposed to be from the west. So that I'm hoping will help deflect some wind. I put the poles here so I can put some things. I've got a small table I've brought and kind of set up my kitchen and get all that stuff up and running. Because it's 4 o'clock now. Time is wasting. Not really. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess. So I'm going to start unloading things out of the car, getting set up. Before I know it, it'll be dark, so I really got to start moving and grooving here, I think. All my lines feel good and tight. I'll recheck my back lines here in a second. I wish my ridge line's got a lot of sag in it, but I believe it to be pretty tight. Yeah, it's pretty much singing tight. So I think it'll be okay. If not, it doesn't matter. I've got it set up so that should I have to leave for some reason quickly and wouldn't have time to grab the tarp, I can simply cut my ridge line and back up out of it and I'm gone, right? So that's not going to happen though. We're here for the night. Awesome. Feels good. That's like it's made for that. Cool. I'm not going to put it there right now. I'll put it over here for now. So where he is? Yeah, I brought my own log of wood there. I brought that in anticipation of putting my fire pit on it. So I'll be able to have a little fire tonight. I didn't want to have it right on the ground. I don't dare do this, do I? Oh, that's nice. Things are looking up. Not much more to do here. It'd be nice to have a few minutes before supper to just chill. Awesome. I'll drag out my fire pit and stuff too. I got my good old dollar store pull-out lights for later. And I brought extra batteries for these guys. Get in there for now. Baking pan that I use. This is my fire pit setup. So as you can see, this is a vegetable colander. He goes on top of the pan. I'll level this out in a minute. And that makes it so I can have a fire pretty well anywhere, right? As long as I can build a fire inside of here with this protecting the ground or whatever surface I've got it on. Not very much heat transfers through that, not enough to burn anything, that's for sure. But today, being October 14th, it's kind of nice. I already checked. I did the check before you burn thing, and that is over after tomorrow. So October 15th is the last day for check before you burn. So you'll be able to come into the woods, have a nice little fire, make a cup of tea or coffee, cook a hot dog or two. Me and the boys really love it when we hit that time of year. So all good. Let's keep moving. Another little something I brought this trip. It's my trail cam. I'll pin him out here somewhere, probably on that tree back there, facing back towards camp to see if I see anything happen through the night. You know, the old Bigfoots or chupacabras or whatever. If they happen to come, I want to capture evidence of them. I'm just kidding. It'd be cool to see if any critters show up, that's all. Trail cam, check. Okay, so I've hauled out pretty well everything I'm going to haul out of the car for now. I think we've got camp fairly well established. That took a little while, man. But I'm happy with it. So I brought 4 liters of fresh water, but I don't want to be wasting my fresh water for washing up, washing dishes, whatever, right? Washing my hands, any of that stuff. So I'm going to put you guys in my hand. We're going to go for a little walk down to the brook, grab a pot of water for washing water. Let's head down. You can see camp pretty well set up. Got the old Coleman Model 431. We're going to use that to cook our supper on. Some stuff laid out on my table. I'm having a fire tonight, so it's been raining for like 2 days. So I didn't mess around. I brought some wood, dry wood. I'll use wood from here as well, but I brought wood just in case, because I'd really like to have a nice little fire tonight. So let's head down to the brook. Look at this spot, man. This is what I'm looking out on, this nice clearing up into the grassy birch. I was a little bit worried about this ground here because it's really sandy pit run. to drive on, but it was no problem. The old CRV handled that easily. Very nice. Let's head down to the brook. The brook is not far, it's just right down here. Sounds like somebody's coming on a four-wheeler. Four-wheeler or car? Hard to tell sometimes. I'm just standing on the side of the trail. We'll see if they see me. Might have seen me in the rear view if they looked. No brake lights though, so that's good. Onward to the brook. This is one of the main four-wheeler trails in the area, so I suspect to hear and see four-wheelers going most of the evening at this spot. Yeah, the brook is right down here. Let's see how hard it's going to be to get onto them. There's one of my real good friends there, Phomatopsis mountia, under that log. Hello, my friend. Fancy meeting you here. Here we have the brook. Hopefully I can get a pot of water back up to camp without dumping it all over myself. Looks like a nice spot right over here to get some water. Oh yeah. Just make sure these leaves aren't hiding something. Hopefully that stays there. Man, I tell you what, that's pretty clean. I filled it from the... I turned the bottom of the pot to the upstream side, thought I just saw something down there. That way I didn't get very many fines in it. That's a pretty clean pot of water. Beautiful down here. The leaves are all starting to stack up on the forest floor. It's definitely fall. Yeah. My water is looking pretty clean. Let's head back up to camp. See how much water we have left when we get there. Oh, well, there we go. I think I'm pretty well set up now. I can't think of anything left to do. Oh, I'll fiddle around with my lights there. Put some hangers on them, probably. Maybe I'll gather up some wood, maybe. I think I got lots of wood to last me all night, or for as long as I'll be out having a fire. I meant to bring a book to read after I retreat to the car to go to sleep, and I forgot. So, but that's okay. I'll spend the little bit of time I'll be in there I'll just spend it with myself and my thoughts, I guess. Because there's no cell signal. I wouldn't be out here using data anyway. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to look at the trees and listen to the wind. Just to watch and witness. And relax. Relax and reset, man. Be present in the moment. Fairly confident that if it rains, I'll be dry. Not 100% sure of that. I'll be dry in the car. I mean, out here, I kind of wanted to be set up so that I could get out of the car and get under the tarp and stay fairly dry while I'm here. Awesome. See a bird fluttering over there. Not sure. Okay, I'm gonna sit and relax for a few minutes, and then we're gonna start thinking about supper here in a bit. And I think while I'm sitting here, I might gather up just a little bit of wood. There's lots of wood laying around here that I can just junk up. You can hear a bit of rain on the tarp there now. Nice. Oh, I see some birch polypore over there too. Okay, I'll bring you guys in out of the rain, and I'll bring you back when it's time for supper. It's relaxing time. That's nice birch right there. Very nice. Just trying there. I see people splitting their wood a different way. I was always taught to split my wood this way. But I noticed some people do it different. I've seen some people like do a one-handed deal. I don't know how that works. I just let the hatchet drop into the wood, and that first strike just help it along. Always being careful of where your hands are. Right? Yeah. They're just splitting some of this just to see if it'd be any good for a fire. Oh, seems alright. Might be a bit too wet. We'll see. I do get lots of good amount of dry wood there left over pine actually, so we'll have fire. I'll just keep a few of these for, I would say it's too wet. Feels pretty saturated. But not there. But I'll keep some of these aside. We'll give them a try. I'll throw them on the fire later. It was just up in front of the car there, up the trail. That's where I got that piece of birch from the birch tree that's fallen across the trail. This little hatchet cover is homemade. I made it myself out of an old belt that I just folded over and stitched together with paracord. It's not super pretty, but it works. Keeps him covered when he's in my pack and not in use. So, I got lots of wood, so I'm not too worried about wood. I can always get more wood right there if I want to. So what's next? Now, because I'm car camping, I brought the Saker mini chainsaw with me just to have a try. Because, I mean, eventually I wouldn't mind making this path clear again so you could get a car up there. I just wanted to show you. I don't plan on cutting a bunch of this birch, but I'll just show you. This is almost the maximum you should be cutting with this saw. I've already been doing some limbing with it to get the car where it's at. A little bit limbing just right around the campsite there. So how about you? How about you, Saker? No, I didn't see that branch there. That's a lot nicer than doing this. I did bring a handsaw with me, a folding saw, just a El Cheapo world famous folding saw. I think he's gonna stay where he is, as long as this guy's got juice. I mean, that's 3 more pieces that I can split up. I don't really need any more, and I'm not really here to clear this trail today. So the Saker mini chainsaw. So far it's treating me real good. Can't say that enough. It's a dandy little tool. Okay, well that's there anyway. If I need more wood later on, I can just grab the Saker and zip up a couple more sticks. I don't think I will need very much wood. I just wanted to show you, it's still going strong. I wasn't gonna, but I went and cut 3 more sticks. So let's get them split up. I think that size should be okay. I'm hoping. As you can tell from the size of my colander, I'm not having a huge fire here tonight. Just a nice little one. Oh, I do this one first. Oh, that one would make a nice spoon, eh? No knots in it there. No knots at all. I might save that to make a spoon out of. That was a nice little chop. I'll put him there for now. That's another nice spoon blank. He's got a nice big knot on the end of him. That's even better. Oh. Nah, I guess I won't bother with spoon blanks today. There we go. That's that little bit of wood split. Now, something else I got a mind to do is to have a seat for a second. I should see if I can collect some birch bark, since there seems to be lots and lots of birch laying down around here. I did bring my tinder bag with me, so I do got lots of stuff to start a fire with. But a little bit more birch bark wouldn't hurt my feelings either, and save what I've already got. And then maybe once I do that, I could get the fire set and stacked, because I can leave it in here under the tarp so that it doesn't get rained on. And then maybe I can cook some supper. I'm not sure what time it is right now. It's got to be getting on past 5 o'clock, I would say. I've been fiddling around here a bit. Well. But I don't want to eat too early. But I am getting a little bit hungry. And I want to have time to have a nice cup of tea after supper, too. And enjoy my little fire. So, we'll see. We'll keep moving. It'll be time for sitting and resting, I guess. Now, the other thing I can do right now, just before I get supper started or get my fire pit stacked up and ready, is I can hang my trail cam. So I'm going to put them on this birch tree here. There's a little bird's nest up there at the top. I'm sure the birds are long gone. I always have trouble with this camera. The fidgety pinch strap. Like, and this being so long. It doesn't feel to me like this pinch strap is anything close to right the way it's working. I think I should be setting this different. Oh my goodness, I hope that didn't break my trail cam. Fidgety thing. Most of the time I just get frustrated with it and tie it on, which is what I might do here yet. I just want to see. Oh, it's going to cross these is what I was going to do. Try it this way. And try it. Oh yeah, that worked great. Oh my goodness. I'm going to do it like this. But yeah, that does nothing. Okay. Always more difficult than it really needs to be. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because this fidgety pinch strap sucks. That's why. So I'll resort to what I always do. Just tie him on. There we go. Now he's not going anywhere. Just gonna tie these guys up. There we go. Yeah. How's that looking? Back there a little bit. Sometimes I'll like shove a stick under them, level them up a bit. Let me see. That looks pretty good there. Yeah, we'll put that there. And we'll see if we remember when I go to get in the car to turn them on. Perfect. I better make sure he's not on now. Nope, he's off. Maybe if I leave that side unlocked, no, it might take on moisture. Okay, we'll remember to turn that back on, I'm sure. That appears to be looking pretty well right in here. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, I'm gonna get started on supper here soon, very soon. But first, I want to see. Yes, I did. I brought my tinder bag. So I would like to get my fire pit set up and ready to go so that after supper I can just pull it out, put it on there, and away we go. Fire time. So I do a bit of wood carving in my spare time. I should close that so the light goes out at least. I'm trying to keep this closed up as much as I can so that, number one, I don't wear down the battery, and number two, my stuff stays dry and doesn't get damp, because it is quite damp out here today. So this is all, should be all really good wood shavings from, you know, when I'm making spoons or whatever. And there should be lots of it. There we go. This is just my tinder pouch is an old pocket off a pair of cargo shorts. They were my favorite cargo shorts. Now it's my favorite tinder pouch. Got some birch bark in here too. Put some of that there. Perfect. And I gotta get back in the car. I think I've got a little fire starter in there maybe. Ooh, gotta watch out for my lines. Now, I think if we have trouble, I've got one zip fire starter with me. I don't plan on using it, but you never know. I will if I have to. I've got my little homemade fire starters. Last time I tried to use one of these in wetter conditions, it failed me outright. So I'm hoping that's not the case tonight, that I can actually get it to take a spark and burn. And with all that birch bark, I should have no trouble getting the fire going, but we'll see. I've been proven wrong before. Now, should be good to close that for a few more minutes. Let's see what we got for dry wood here. Oh yeah, I've got a great big bag of dry wood. I don't think I needed to cut any wood at all. No, yeah, that's probably all gonna burn real nice. I might knock all that down a little bit smaller actually. Thought I just heard voices, which wouldn't surprise me. People do hike this trail too. Get some really nice small ones. Hear another four-wheeler going by there now. They'd have to be looking some hard to be able to see me up here. It wouldn't surprise me in the least if somebody comes up into here. But I mean, I looked all around the last time I was here and I found no tracks, no sign of anybody being up here, and mainly for the reason that it doesn't go anywhere. It comes up to the first clearing, then the trail keeps going up to the second clearing, but there's a lot of fallen trees up there, so nobody's been coming up here that I can tell. So I expect to have the place to myself, but if I don't, I don't. This is Crown land. I checked, so I'm okay to be here. That's not a problem. But I am getting kind of, with all the four-wheelers and vehicles going by down there, I'm getting stealth camp vibes. There we go. That should be lots of fine kindling right there. I've already got lots of shavings in my bowl. I'm just seeing if I can peel off a feather stick here with my QSP Bison D2. It appears I can. Looks like it's going pretty good, actually. It's just a little one. That doesn't look too bad to me at all. Okay. So all that is now ready to go. I want to leave that piece of cotton accessible so that when I go to light it, I'll be able to. I don't want anything stacked up too tight here. Said it before and I'll say it again. Fire is the easiest thing ever when it's easy. And it's the hardest thing ever when it's hard. So you want to take your time. Give yourself every advantage you can when you're making fire. Such as bringing wood from home. I mean, why not? I've got the car. So I had a bag of wood. Why not bring it? Another four-wheeler going by down there. Having a great old time, I'm sure. I'd say that's likely to be okay, just like that. I'm going to put my dry wood back over here. We're going to have to reconfigure to get supper started, I think. My dry wood can go back there. Oh my. Fall right over, why don't you? All right, let's get set up for supper. It's got to be 5:30 by now. Spent all that time stacking that up and I tripped on it and knocked it all to pieces. Look at that, would you? Can't even see my cotton anymore. There it is. Get him tucked under there. There, that's pretty good. Hopefully that'll take a spark later. Let's put him back here for now, out of any kind of weather he could encounter. Now I'm gonna move my table. So I'm gonna move everything off it. Hatchet I should be good with now. I don't think I need it anymore. I'll stick him back in the car. What else do I got over here that I don't need? I think that's about it. I got my fresh water here. I'll put it back here too. Flashlight, my 2 lamps. All that stuff can live back here for a minute. My shovel, my kettle, gloves, my elastic band. I put it on the water, and my frying pan, and my Coleman stove. You can go here for a second. Now I want to put this table kind of right here. I'm thinking to do my cooking, maybe a little bit further out than that. And I wonder, should I? Yeah, I should leave it that low, I guess. Might try to level that table up some. It's not too bad. Let's see if I can use a piece of this birch to level up this end some. That's not looking too bad. Now this old folding table, I got it out of my dad's basement. It is, I can say unequivocally, way too heavy for any other use. But where it folds down so nice, it turned out to be just the perfect thing for I think it's going to be the perfect thing for car camping. Put another stick of wood under there. That's looking pretty level to me. So, we'll put our comb in there. I can bring my chair right here. Yeah, this is probably going to work out just fine. Nice. I like it. Okay, we'll see what time it is. And the food bag, it's just a good old beer cooler bag. Now, let's put the frying pan back up here. That chair is a little hard to get in and out of over and over again, but whatever. We shall figure it out as we go. Okay. So, all my coffee and tea stuff can stay out. That can stay there. Let's see about getting this stove on the go. Where's my gloves? I never play with fire without gloves nearby. So, now, let's get everything to do with the stove ready first. Take that guy out. Shouldn't need gloves yet. I filled my tank at home, so I've got a full tank. There's resistance, yeah, there. So, for a full tank, they ask you to give it 40 pumps. Three, 4, 5, 6, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Then you close it off. I give it a couple more just for good measure. He's pretty, feels pretty good. Feels like he's got pressure. So now this guy goes in through here. These tabs go right in there. Just shove them on in. Shove them in there together. Now, this is my first time bringing the Coleman out in the woods. I had a test run with it in my shed. It worked great. So now I get my windshields out. Just put it there to start. I'm bringing them in just a little bit closer than I did before. All right, here we go. So, how are we going to light this? Got lots of pumps on it. It should burn for a good long time, so I'm not worried about wasting fuel. I'm only cooking one meal on this and maybe a coffee in the morning. And I brought my methyl hydrate stove too if I need it in the morning. So for this stove, let's see if we can get them going without melting my tarp too. Move them out here just a little bit further. So for this stove, just till it gets going, I'm going to crank this button over to light and light them. And I'm going to leave it on light for a 60 count. Okay, I call that 60. Let's turn them to high now. So now I can adjust it to where I want it. I don't want it on full out high. Oh, look at that chickadee showed up. He showed up for supper, eh? Gonna slide him back in here some now that he's going. There's no, I can't feel any substantial heat above that stove, so I'd say we're good to go here now. Get my old fry pan on there. And get my feed bag opened up. And let's see what we got. As usual, I got the old Bear Complex containers that were a really great gift. I get an awful lot of use out of these. So I've got another, I got a lot of garlic butter here. I'm not going to use it all. Tempted to. Use this much of it. Now I got a fork covered in garlic butter. Just check you guys out, see what you can see. Oh yeah, you're with me. I'll bring these in a little bit closer. Yeah. Get that garlic butter doing its thing. Looking great. Now let's throw in some steak. And hopefully everything will fit in the pan. I'm not real good with portions sometimes. So that's just 2 super cheap steaks I picked up. $6 for 2. Yeah. Crank up our heat a little bit. We'll let that do its thing for a few minutes. Get out the rest of my ingredients. Got a nice big spatula I got from the dollar store today. It was a little bit more than $1. No, I didn't either. Oh well. There we go. We'll let that do its thing for a few minutes. Wee, is that ever frizzling? Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Alright. Wow, we got another Bear Complex package here. Little container. It's got my peppers and onions. Red and orange and yellow pepper and a red onion in there. Yeah, we can probably trim this down just a bit. Ooh, baby. That is smelling good. It just might be a bit too much for the pan. Yes, sir. Okay, this is looking really close to done to me. This is looking just nice. The onions have gone down nice. The peppers look great. I'll try to evenly disperse things here for a second. Now, next step, let's put this down on low. Start slowing them down some, just for a minute. So now I've got 3 cheeses, cheddar, queso quesadilla, and Monterey Jack. I'm just gonna put a generous helping of this on top. Sprinkle it around real nice. That's pretty good there, I would say. Oh, maybe a little more wouldn't hurt. Since we got it, why not? Yeah, try that. That can go, cheese can go back in my bag. I'm gonna cover this. Flatten everything out nice, cover this. It's gonna sit for a minute. I'm gonna get my water on for tea. Crank this sucker up to high. And it'll be tea time in no time. Now my Bear Complex containers can go back in the food bag. You can use it back up. Get my cheese a melting there. Okay. I would say we're pretty close to having a bite. Oh yeah, that's looking good. So now the next step is we're going to take a tortilla. And ooh, look at that. It's all melty. I'm going to try to take a portion of this out of here, which might not be all that easy. Let's see how this goes. Ooh, yeah. It's hard to do in this chair. This chair's got me sitting way further down than I'd like to be dealing with this. Some more of that steak and onion and stuff. I'll better leave that there for now. Okay. So let's see if I can. Oh, look at the grease running out of it. Man, oh man. Should have known that cheese would be very greasy. And I did not bring a plate, so I'm just going to use the lid to catch that grease. Almost got it. Almost got it wrangled. Wow. Of course, the first bite I got a big old chewy piece of fat. That's all right though. Mm-hmm. This is very good. Or the steak's very good anyway. Man. Is that ever awesome? That is roundabout one of the best things I've ever eaten, I think. That's like the Crow Caw cheese steak right there. Oh, my water's come to a nice boil. Slow him down there now. Put him back here for a sec. Look at the grease running out of it. Man, I could not be more impressed with this little Coleman Easy Light stove. Once I figured out how to use it properly, it's been bang on ever since, man. No trouble. I'll just put one tea bag in there for now. And just put him on low and let him simmer for a little bit while I eat my Crow Caw cheesecake. No dessert today. Mmm. Steak fried in garlic butter, red, yellow, and orange pepper, and a whole red onion. Very nice. Super cheap steak, too. Mm. I'm going to tear into this. I'm going to have a few more of these. I'm going to let my tea steep. And once I get all that finished up, I'll get back at you. It is good. Eating like a king tonight, man. Very nice. Well, there we go. It's after 6:30 there now. Time is slipping on. That's excellent. Supper was fantastic, man. The Crow Caw cheesesteak. Whew. I ate 3 of them. I didn't quite finish, but I ate a lot of them. They were delicious, man. Cannot beat that. Well, I guess I got my cup of tea made too. Couldn't be happier with the old Coleman Tourist Easy Light Model 431 there, my stove. That worked absolutely beautifully for cooking supper on. Perfect thing. I wouldn't take it like backpacking or nothing, but car camping like this, man, perfect. No trouble at all. Oh, I kind of realized too, I haven't shown you inside the car yet, what that looks like. We should do that. Let's have a look inside the car, and then we'll get the fire going. I try my tea first. What was that? Something on them. Earl Grey. That's very nice. Nice and hot. Okay, let's have a look inside the car before it gets dark. So I've got my tailgate on manual. There we can see camp all cleaned up from supper. Looking great. My little table's now a side table. You should be out of the weather if we get any overnight, so that when I wake up in the morning, all that gear should be dry. there's a chance it could be raining in the morning. So I set the car up before I left home. It's a bit dark in here, but you can see I've got some pillows back there. Set it up basically the same way I did at the beach. I've got my plywood underneath here to level out my sleeping surface. I got my sleeping pad, my cheap old Ozark Trail sleep pad. I always find that sleep pad right slippery between it and my sleeping bag. So this time I put a yoga mat on top. And we'll see how that goes. She's looking pretty comfy in there. I've got up in here, I used 2 pool noodles to fill the headrest gap there so my pillows won't want to be sliding down in there. Turn this light on. There we go. That's where I'm going to be sleeping tonight. Hopefully we have a really lovely sleep. Beautiful. So now that we've seen inside the car, so you get the car, we got the kitchen, basically, kitchen chill spot. Lovely. Looking good. Okay, I guess we're at the time of night where it would be appropriate to get a fire going. I'm going to put that little feather stick right there too. My cotton, Vaseline soaked cotton's all right there. Gonna poke it in there. I've got my ferro rod on my sheath in a Ranger band. Let's see if we can get this. We got the cotton going. See if he's gonna take off. Looking pretty good there. The birch bark seems to be going. Man, I really like that Ranger band holding my ferro rod on there. That's awesome. I just move some of this dry wood over, and we should be rocking and rolling here in no time. Looks like that's gonna go. I dare say that's going to be no trouble at all. That fire is going to go. We seem to be losing the light quite quickly here now. So I'm thankful for my fire. I got my little pull down lights I can put up here, which I'll have to do, I suppose, if I'm going to keep filming. I'm not really ready for them to be on or anything though. So I think what I'll do is put the lights up, but then show you what they look like for now, and then I'm going to chill and look at my fire, keep it going, chill out for a while. There's one there. I can put another one over here, I suppose. Got my fire just outside my tarp. No, I can't feel any heat there. Boy, oh boy, it's not going to take long to get dark here tonight. I haven't heard any vehicles, no four-wheelers or anything go by in the last half hour or so, so that's slowed down too. There we go, now we got our lights. Which for my eyes, I don't need them yet. But when I look at the camera, yeah, you guys are very dark now. Okay, let's turn the lights on and show you what that looks like. And then I'm going to chill in front of my fire for a while. There. Oh, that's nice. Ouch, that's hot. Put a couple pieces of that birch that I chopped up on there. Well, how does that look to you guys? I go a little bit this way so I can reach my tea. Oh, buddy. Whew. This is looking pretty good to me. Got my flashlight right there if I need them. I don't need it. Be a great spot if the stars were out too. I don't expect to see no stars tonight. It's supposed to be cloudy, possible rain by morning. So far so good. Exactly what I was hoping for. And it's just like being in the 90's, right? No cell service. Feels like 1997 when you left home on Friday night and nobody knew where you were at till Sunday. People know where I'm at. My wife knows where I'm at, my kids. It's just odd. You don't get to too many places anymore where you don't have cell service. That's alright. I like it. Oh, that's nice. Well, that doesn't help you guys too much, my lights, but looks pretty cool. I'm really happy I brought that log from home too. That was a good idea. I had room for it, so why not, right? Gave me a place to split my wood onto. Gives me a spot to put my very nice fire pit. Oh man, this is pretty awesome. That wood I just split, chopped up with the old saker. It's burning pretty good. Ouch. I don't want to get that fire too high, but I want to get them going nice. My tarp's actually catching a little bit of heat from it. Feels nice right in here. One of my pull down lights looks a lot brighter than the other. Oh well, I got extra batteries for them if I need them. Well, this is it. I would say this is it till it's time to get in the car and crash out. The wind's died out just nice. The tarp hasn't been buffeted at all. What a great, great spot, man. Close to home. Only took me about 15 minutes to drive here from my dooryard, so you can't beat that. Kind of goes to show, though, in Nova Scotia, 15 minutes from your dooryard, you could end up completely out of cell service. So you want to keep an eye on that, I guess. Well, I'm just going to sit here and watch this fire. Shut you guys off there for a bit. Drink my tea. Just enjoy this nice evening, man. So nice. I'm pretty happy with my tarp pitch. I mean, it's not real windy or nothing. I don't know how it would hold up to any amount of wind, but for not having any idea what I was going to do, I was thinking I would run it right off the roof rack of the car, is what I was kind of thinking I was going to do. and maybe try to do like some kind of plow point that way. But yeah, I haven't got much by the way of skill with my tarp yet, I guess. So it is what it is. Had a lot of trouble with my prusik loops, getting those tied on. What it was I was turning them the wrong way, I think. So they weren't grabbing tight once they were on. Once I got them figured out and tied right, they grabbed my ridge line no problem. Beautiful. No idea what time it is, but it's coming on dark there now. And I'm going to sit here and enjoy this to the maximum. And I'll bring you back if anything changes. So relaxing, man. Oh, I hear a vehicle coming. Turn out my light. I don't know if it's actually coming or not. Oh yeah, I hear music. I think I hear music. No, it might be a plane. Huh. No, I think it's a plane now. Funny, eh? The sound of the brook down there. It's not far, it's only 100 meters that way. Sound of the wind in the trees. And then you throw in a plane. All of a sudden it sounds like a vehicle coming with music playing. Oh well. I guess we can risk a little light. Put my other light, my second light back here for now. That really lights up the whole area. Right? Makes it all pretty bright. Makes the whole area pretty bright. I can see all around. I replaced the batteries in that one. That was the dim one. He's not dim no more. He's lighting it up. Awesome. Anyway, that's a bit too much light for my purposes right now. My purposes are sitting here, enjoying my tea, listening to the sound of the wind in the trees, letting the darkness fall in all around me. My Yeti's got my tea nice and hot. No trouble there. We'll see how the morning plays out. I don't know if I'm going to make a cup of coffee or if I'm just going to tear down camp and head home. We'll see. I'm not going to think about it till morning. I always say I want to stay and want to make a coffee or chill out in the morning for a bit, but normally I wake up, man, I'm just ready to go. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I'm hoping to sleep in till at least daylight would be nice. Daylight nowadays is around 7 a.m., I would say. Somewhere between 6:30 and 7 a.m. It's about 20 after 8 there now. I've been just sitting, chilling, putting wood on the fire and watching it burn. It's been quiet. No more vehicles down by on the trail. Nothing going on. It's nice. My vegetable colander fire pit on my log there, that's just working awesome. Put my baking pan underneath there. And that keeps any stray sparks from coming out the bottom, lighting anything inadvertently on fire. I got that idea there for the colander fire pit from Mark Young there. He's on the YouTube too. Works absolutely fantastic. All the holes are already in it, right? So it gets lots of air. Perfect rig. The only thing I found I gotta watch with it is if I'm making a ring of stones around it or anything, not to block airflow to the sides. When I leave it open like that, it seems to work the best. It's getting chilly out too. I don't know what the temperature is. I would know if I had brought my crank radio with me. I was gonna bring it. Then I forgot it last minute. That's okay. I would say I'm layered up and I'm already, I'm a little bit chilly. I'm looking forward to getting in the sleeping bag, that's for sure. I would say it's somewhere around 7, 5, 4, 7 degrees Celsius maybe. Beautiful. I'm just going to keep doing this. Keep doing this until I feel like it's time to get in the car and crawl into the sleeping bag. Wouldn't hurt my feelings to get another hour in doing this. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. It's just curious to see from down here at the trail what you can see of my camp. It's kind of risky too, because if somebody goes by on a four-wheeler or something, then I won't be there to turn the light out. And I haven't heard anything in a while, so I think I'd be okay to come down here for a look. Okay, let's look back up. Oh, that's very hard to see. I mean, I can barely see a light up there. If I'm going by fast on a four-wheeler, I don't think I see that. Maybe. You might see it further down the trail. Cool. Still, if I hear a four-wheeler or something coming, I'm going to want to turn that light out. There, you can see it good there now. Or I can with my eye. I don't know if you guys can at all. With my camp light out, I don't think you see very much. Even my fire's down low enough that I don't think you see it. Well, it's been a really lovely evening of feeding the fire and watching it burn. It's around about 9:30 now, so I'm chilly, man. I've been sitting out all evening. The fire's been doing a little bit to help keep me warm, but not a whole lot. So I'm gonna get in the car, get tucked into the sleeping bag there, and get all nice and warmed up. So I get at that. I'm just gonna let my fire burn along. I'll be right there. I can look right through the window at it. So I'm gonna do that. See about getting warmed up here. And then we'll hopefully, I'm getting tired. Hopefully I'll check back in with you there before I fall asleep. Okay, let's get at her. Time to get nice and warm. It has truly been a lovely evening. A little bit of rain when I first got here. That wasn't supposed to keep going, and it didn't, so that was good. Get this lantern untied here. There we go. I got my other lantern already in the car. Ah, just you guys, I guess. Let's get in. I'm all nice and warm now. Nice and snuggly in my sleeping bag. I drifted off to sleep there for a little bit, which is fine. It's about 11 o'clock now, so I'm gonna hop out of the car for a second, use the bathroom, then hop back into my bag here and hopefully have a good old sleep. My sleeping bag's rated for -10, it says. So it's nowhere near -10 tonight. I see stairs are out there now too. So I'm gonna get that going. Very nice, very comfy. We'll see you in the morning. All right, it's the next day. I've just finished unloading the car. I got everything into the shed. And I gotta admit, full disclosure here, I didn't make it. It's very unfortunate. I'm pretty disappointed I didn't make it through the night. I'll tell you what happened after my last check-in there around 11 o'clock. See, I laid down to get warm and then I fell asleep for about an hour, maybe a little bit more. And I thought, wow, this is great. My sleeping bag was perfect. I was nice and comfy and warm in it. I was comfortable in the car. And at around 11, when I did my last check in, I went back to sleep. Then I woke up again at around 12:30, and I have felt I've been prone to migraines in the past. They're few and far between nowadays, but I woke up around 12:30 a.m. and I could feel a migraine coming, and they're no good for me when I get them. And as soon as I felt that that was coming, I realized I brought a first aid kit, but I didn't bring any Advil or anything to help me put the migraine down, right? So I thought I'll just try to get through to the morning, try to get through to daylight. I really wanted to do a nice morning video from that spot. So I laid there for 2 hours, not quite 2 hours, an hour and a half. And the migraine kept getting worse and worse to the point where I started feeling nauseous. And with no pills to be able to help it, I knew there was nothing more I could do. So I bit the bullet, hopped out of the car, tore everything down, pulled up stakes, threw everything into the back of the car, and got myself out of it, and got back home last night at about 2:30 a.m. So, like I say, I wasn't far from home, just kind of stupid of me. I never ever go anywhere without pills to put down a migraine or a bad headache should one happen. And I don't know why I didn't think of it last night or yesterday, but I didn't. So I ended up coming home middle of the night, 2:30 in the morning. The drive home was a little bit brutal. I felt like very nauseated from the headache. As soon as I got home, I jacked some Advil into me. Within an hour, I was feeling better. So, and able to sleep through the rest of the night, no problem. So, I mean, to say I'm disappointed is an understatement. I, I, I am grateful for the experience, though. It was a good experience. I was happy with the pitch. I was happy with the tarp. I was happy with the car setup. Everything was perfect, except for my brain failed me and started to hurt, man. So, anyway, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. I wish that this had turned out to be a better outcome. Not that it's a bad outcome. The experience was good. Just, I would have liked to have made it to morning. I just could not do it. My head was like my brain was being torn apart. So, anyway, hopefully we'll get her on the next one. Next time, I'll never ever forget to take Advil again. Kicking myself. If I had had two Advil back there, I would have been fine. I would have been absolutely fine. But anyway, live and learn, I guess. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, and remember, you'll never find anything if you don't go look. Get out and have a look. Bye for now.